Hey everybody, welcome to Dad, Daughters, and Drinks, where you'll always get at least two of those three. Today you've got me, the Margarita Kid, and since it's still a weekday morning, I'm drinking orange juice. I realize things like coffee and orange juice go against the spirit of the channel a little bit. Spirit, see what I did there? But my only other option would be like changing it to Dad, because I haven't had many videos with my daughters, and last couple's not had drinks, but Dad's kind of a boring name, and it's probably taken already. So I'm still going to stick with Dad, Daughters, and Drinks for now. In any case, we are on to Hunter, the penultimate song on the Queen of the Murder Scene album, going through our Live at Lunario journey. There's been a lot of build-up for this song. Everybody seems very excited for this one. A few people in the comments have let some information sneak in about the Grim Reaper. And I'm just going to go ahead and say I've got a large black cat sitting in front of me, in front of my chair, who every once in a while wants attention and will reach up and claw my legs. So if you hear me yelp in pain a little bit, it means I've probably been reaped myself a little. But in any case, so we're going to go ahead and see what happens with this one. I guess the Grim Reaper may be jealous or concerned that somebody else is stepping on his turf. So we will see. Let me go ahead and get this on so I can see, and get these on so I can hear. And let her rip. Alright, once again I gotta see your faces. It's just awesome. Think about those lyrics for a second. I'm trying to figure out if this first verse is the queen singing to the people that she's about to kill, or if this is, like I said, it's cat out of the bag a little bit that this has got some Grim Reaper implications. If this is the Grim Reaper, speaking to humanity in general or to the queen specifically. It seems like it's humanity in general. If I'm reading this correctly, I'm kind of looking at that first verse here. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one for now. Let's see. Maybe my mind will change.
The time is running out.
Back to look at that artwork. So this is interesting. I think this is going to be like a representation of the Grim Reaper, but it's a little different than I was expecting. Usually it's like the guy in the hood holding the scythe. Here we see what seem to be some kind of tentacles. Sorry, I gotta go back. The artwork confused me, and I missed the lyrics.
The time is running out. When bones of your feet fall on the step, you couldn't climb. I'll be there to pull you under, take back what is mine. You think you can take
Sorry, I try not to cuss, but I missed a nice little fill there at the end. I apologize for cutting into that. So it does sound like it's the Reaper coming after her specifically. Maybe the first verse was more general, but maybe it was also her. But it does sound like that. And now that I'm looking back at the artwork again, there's kind of these claws almost coming out. So it's a different kind of version of the Reaper than I would think. But I guess it doesn't have to be like the, traditional Reaper type. And, good for them if they don't go with the traditional view. I'm cool with that. Or maybe there's other Reapers out there that I'm just not aware of. So the clock in the background is pretty cool for the time is running out part. And Pao just gave her own little, evil look there. As she does. The time is running out from both of your feet falls on the steps you couldn't climb. I'll be there all for you on the day that's what is mine. You think you can take my time away? Well, I'm coming back. Better run away. It's my turn. I'll pass the judgment. Can't escape your face. Run! I'm just going to go back for 1 second, and I just want to point out that, this, it's kind of been broken up into like this certain, there's the opening riff, right? And then you've got this first verse. The second verse is kind of like a step up with the way the music was. It was the same kind of music. It was just, I think, a step up. Maybe it's like the fourth instead of the first or whatever. But didn't sound like that big of a jump to me. And then there was, the chorus stuff. And then there was almost like a repeat of the structure where they did the opening riff again, the first and the second. But this time, Danny's playing this lead stuff, and it's another one of those situations where the bass really has to jump in and be very filling. And the drums, of course, as well. And I've mentioned that before, that you have to have a drummer like Pao who's not just a timekeeper, but can act as another almost melodic fill instrument. And so I just want to watch that part again and focus on the bass a little bit. I love the stuff that Pao was doing on the drums there initially. Here, it's almost like another one I mentioned in the last song. where there was almost like this big band. I think it was the last song. There was a section that was almost like this big band beat that reminded me of the Rush La Vie Strangero as well. And there's a certain kind of, and I don't know percussion well enough to talk about what the rhythm is, but you could almost hear some horns going and stuff. And the rest of it just builds up nicely. Okay, so there, I was listening to the music so closely that I had missed that there was actually this kind of more traditional, what I'm thinking of, Reaper image. The whole, like, I don't know if it's just me, but my inability to look and listen and focus on both at the same time is becoming much more apparent to me as I'm doing these reactions. Like, I missed seeing that because I was thinking about the music. And it's always that whole, like, you're looking for an address and you're like, turn the radio down, and I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm looking at for an address or something. I always thought that didn't make any sense because it's two different senses, but realizing as I'm older, I can generally only focus on one. Maybe it's just me. That line, it's kind of been the beginning of this chorus. If this is really the chorus or if it's pre-chorus, I'm not sure. But this part about your feet falling under the steps that you can't climb, and then it talks about grabbing them. And I wonder if there's some sort of is there a traditional, like, vision of trying to run on stairs away from the Grim Reaper? Because it's an interesting image. I like that. Whether or not it's traditional, I don't know, but I think it's pretty cool.
I'll be there to hold you under, take back what is mine. You think you can take my title away? Well, I'm coming back, better run away. It's my turn, I'll pass the judgment. Can't escape your fate. Run! Run! Run!
All right, another good tune. And so it seems like the part about the Grim Reaper coming after the Queen to make, I think it says take his title back or take his throne back or something. It seemed like that guess was probably the right one. There were some mentions in the comments about sometimes Ali sings this, which would make sense to me. There's been some discussions around there isn't necessarily this perfect breakdown between the Queen as Danny singing and Pow as the girl. It's not a perfect breakout that way, but still, I guess it got in my head near the beginning of the album, and that's just how I've always thought about it. So having a third party singing with the Reaper, it would be cool to have a third person singing it on the stage as well, and I think that has happened. I don't know if that's one of those things that happens when Danny's sick, or if it's just something they choose to do now and then because it's cool and thematically kind of makes sense. But either way, it's pretty good. I like this song a lot. There were a lot of it's amazing how many different riffs and key changes and things. And when I say key changes, sometimes it's maybe more of just a modulation within the same key. My music theory isn't that good, but it's all over the place, I guess is what I'm getting at. It's not just playing the same thing over and over again. And this one especially, there was just a lot of the really fun playing by Danny while she's singing. And when I say playing, I don't mean like the general chords, but I just mean like there's certain lead lines and things that sound just really cool and probably really difficult to play while you're singing. I suppose you could also say sing while you're playing. And like I said, you have to have some good bass. When I mentioned the bass earlier and went back and listened, it wasn't that she was really all over the place and doing crazy stuff on the bass, but it was like a nice full sound that kept things going. So that was really cool. And I'm guessing, and going back to the whole structure of the story, the Grim Reaper is going to get what it came for. The next song I think is called "The End," and that ultimately will somehow kind of, turn back into the beginning of the whole thing. So I assume the Queen's going to die. The first song was "The Funeral," so I'm guessing the end is the end of the Queen and of the girl and of the story, I guess. So I'll hopefully learn all of that tomorrow, how this actually resolves. I think what's going to happen at a high level is probably kind of clear. But the details, well, the devil's always in the details. And in this case, maybe that's actually true. Anyway, good stuff. As always, I almost hate to make saying how awesome their music is seem like a common thing for me to say, because it is. It's that good, and it's that it's worth saying it every time. I just don't want to make it seem like I'm just saying it to say it, because I think you all know what I'm saying. Like, it's good. So in any case, tomorrow, the end of this little journey and the song and the story. And thanks again for spending some time with me. And as always, I appreciate the comments. Really enjoy reading them, responding. It's one of my favorite parts of the day. And I hope everybody has a good day. Thanks.